New cell phone video shows the moments after a news helicopter crashed in Seattle, killing the 2 people on board and critically injuring a man in a vehicle. There was so much jet fuel, it ran down the street in the trail of fire. Tonight, we are learning more about the men who died in the chopper. 10 on your side, investigative reporter Chris Horne is monitoring the latest from the newsroom now. Chris?
Yeah, Nicole, as fellow journalists who are familiar with the dangers of helicopter news coverage, our hearts go out to our colleagues across the country. More on that in a moment. Let's join live now on news conference and the latest on the investigation.
Clearance type of requirement. You can't
get the wreckage cleared from here. This team of people to my left, that's one of the items they will be looking into.
Would you tell us what order of events you're going to, how you will get through this investigation?
Sure. The question is, what order of events are we at and where are we going with the investigation? Right now, our primary goal is to identify witnesses, identify surveillance video that may be in the area, and then also get the wreckage picked up, cleaned up from this location and moved to a hangar facility in Auburn, where a little more controlled, where these folks can work on doing their job and trying to determine exactly what happened here.
What are some of the things you're looking at, possibilities?
Right now, we're looking at everything. We're looking at the environment, the weather, the pilot, the operators in the helicopter, as well as the helicopter itself, as well as the background of all of the above.
Where was the helicopter headed? Where did it come from? Where was it going?
We are told that the helicopter was coming from Covington. It landed on at the helipad, refueled, and then was in the process of repositioning to Renton.
Did it refuel here?
I was told that it did refuel. I haven't confirmed that, but that's what I was told early on, yes.
You know, one of the questions that this other reporter was alluding to was people have been asking, is this too congested an area for helicopters to land and take off safely?
You know, at this point, I don't know, and that's something, again, that the investigative team will look into in the coming days.
How long will it take for them to?
We will have a
That was the latest from the National Transportation Safety Board. First now, the details on what happened this morning. A horrific scene as a news helicopter fell from the sky onto a downtown Seattle street, slamming into at least 2 vehicles.
It hit the ground and it burst into flames. Like, it landed in between the red car and the gray Tacoma truck.
ABC affiliate Como TV's news helicopter crashed during takeoff from the station's 5th floor helipad right next to the city's iconic Space Needle.
Kind of just nose dove over the trees and clipped the top of the trees and crashed just on the other side of the street there.
Witnesses say the helicopter sounded noticeably different before the crash.
We heard the chopper rotors. We heard the noise of a problem, and then we heard the explosion as the chopper hit the ground.
Huge flames and plumes of black smoke poured from the burning wreckage as fuel from the crash burned down the street. Como TV has identified those killed as longtime photographer Bill Strothman and pilot Gary Fitzner.
At times like this, we are reminded that the media, like many of us, are also public servants.
A 38-year-old man in one of the cars struck by the helicopter was taken to a hospital in critical condition.
He pushed the door open. He walked out like 20 feet. His head was bleeding. His shirt was on fire, and he collapsed.
An investigation into what could have led to this deadly crash is underway. And as you saw on the live feed, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating. We'll have more on that as the story progresses. Of course, this area will probably be off limits for several days. Aviation investigations typically take quite a while to sort out what happened. In the newsroom, Chris Horne, 10 on your side.